How's it going, YouTube? This is TrainerJI, and today we have the What Did I Buy series video. This is number 17 on the list. As always, we have approximately 1,500 USD in raw Japanese cards here. Gonna notice the stack looks a little bit smaller than usual. It's because this one has some higher dollar cards that racked up the total a little quicker than what some of the other orders normally do. So it'll be a little quicker of a video, but a lot more interesting. I wouldn't say a lot more interesting stuff because that's not really the right word, but maybe some stuff we haven't seen for a little while, and some good quantity in here too. So again, 1,500 USD in raw cards. The rest of the details, if you're not new to the channel, you know the drill. If you are new to the channel, check out one of my older videos, a breakdown of the details, or by all means, ask in the question or in the comment section. I'll gladly answer any questions you have. Yeah, I feel like anymore we're gonna breeze past some of this intro stuff. Somebody commented the other day, and I felt like initially I felt a little attacked. It's just like a natural reaction. It's a reaction I'm trying to get over. Part of the reason I'm doing YouTube stuff is trying to avoid that kind of feeling. I think it's something that's human nature, but we as humans should try to get rid of it. Just my personal opinion. Number two, most of you people are pretty loyal here at this point. I do appreciate it. So a lot of you people know the drill, so it's just extra filler that you guys have already heard numerous times over. And number three, it's all there. I mean, it's all there in the past, and again, I'll gladly answer the questions in the comments. So yeah, if you're new, check out the previous videos, comment down below, and if you're not new, well, again, you know the drill. So let's jump into it. All right, first up we have Cyndaquil. This is the Heart Gold Soul Silver release campaign promo. Beautiful swirl in this first copy. We have 2 copies of Cyndaquil. Again, this is an absolutely beautiful copy on this one. Backside, ooh, well, unfortunately, that's not near mint. I'm gonna tilt you guys down just a little bit. I really should just mark this camera mount like a different color or something for each spot where I like for each different kind of video. That actually probably would be pretty smart, but we haven't got there yet. All right, we got Charizard. This is the Meiji Chocolate promo from ADVP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies of Charizard from ADVP. Meiji Chocolate promo card thing. This one, you can tell from the front, it's not too great. It's not too great. This is a nice promo. This is also from like the World Champs deck or promo set thing, whatever you want to call that as well. And in English it is, man, what set is this in English? I actually just saw a reverse of this the other day sell, and I was surprised at the price. The back of this copy is not great. You can see that too. So we're not doing too great in these, in the front and back copy. Power Keepers, that's what it is in English. It's a good looking card. It's a nice Sugimori. Next up, we have Victini Full Art. This is BW7. I want to say it's Plasma Gale, but I could be completely wrong. We have 1, 2, 3 copies of Victini. I really like this full art. I think this is kind of like an underrated one. Oh man, look at the texture on this. I will say that's kind of like a little bit of a spoiler. We do have a good amount of full arts here from Black and White era. Oh man, you see the shimmer on the side here? Oh my gosh, dude. Texture, everything about these. Front of this copy looks pretty good, which is pretty par of the course for these. However, the back copy has a nick right there. Yeah, pretty clean other than that, though. But, man, yeah, this is a really good one. All right, moving on. We have more full arts. We have Entei from BW6, or no, excuse me, BW4. This is Dark Rush, yeah. Entei EX full art from Dark Rush. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 copies of Entei. This is definitely one of my favorites from this era. This is one that I have in my personal collection in a PSA 10. I probably would have all 3 of them if they would have done the Suicune, but unfortunately they didn't do the Suicune. But I should add a Raikou. I should add a Raikou to the collection at some point, but I don't know. There's just something about this one. I just absolutely love it. Again, what, 10 copies I said? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 10 copies of Entei. Front of this copy, again, looks pretty clean. These, because of the texture, are kind of like almost like ironclad. You're going to see more wear and tear towards like the outside. Not that they're not resistant to indents and stuff like that, but something about this era, you see a lot of really clean fronts. And then this is the perfect example on the back. Just like super, super heavy whitening around the edges. And then overall, a more clean back. Definitely interesting for sure. So we got an indent and again, the whitening around the sides. But again, this is definitely one of my favorite cards from this era, and again, one that is in my personal collection. Just a great full art. All right, next up is what I was talking about quantity. I don't know if you never know. Prices are definitely dropping on some stuff in Japan, and some stuff's becoming more accessible. Overall, how long that will last, who knows? It might just be a fleeting thing. It might be around for a couple of years. But for right now, this is the most that I've ever acquired of this card at the same time. We have the Raikou EX full art. Again, not that the Entei is fantastic. I love it. And I also love this one. I just like the Entei a little more, but this is definitely one that I should add to the collection. I just like the blue. Like the blue, the purple, the yellow. Everything just really meshes well together here. But we have 1, 2, 3. Ooh, wow, super faded. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 copies of Raikou EX from Dark Rush. Yeah, again, that's pretty insane. It's pretty awesome. Dude, look at this faded one. That's actually pretty sick. All the faded collectors out there going crazy. There are actually a lot of people that collect the faded stuff. Why? I couldn't tell you, but that is definitely going to be the thumbnail. This is what you're going to see that draws you into this because, again, even though I like the Entei more, I don't know if or when I'll ever see this many copies of this together. Although I do probably have a lot of copies of this somewhere in boxes too. So I could have like 50 copies of this on hand at one time. I know that sounds crazy, but I haven't gone through a lot of this stuff that I have from Black and White era yet from years ago. But yeah, man. Front of this one looks pretty clean. Man, even like the corner here, it's got like a rainbow look to it. This card's just crazy looking. Man, Black and White full arts, they go hard. They go hard in the paint. I love that they did the gold too to outline them. I think that is like a big kicker for me. I'm like a stickler for like gold stuff. You'll notice I don't have my ring on. I have not seen my ring now in over a month. It is very unfortunate. I am still married, believe it or not. My wife hates me some days. She loves me other days, and that's just kind of how it rolls, married life. But yeah, I lost my ring. Trying to find that. Hopefully it's in the house. I mean, it's probably in the house somewhere, but I've yet to find it. If not, it's insured. Much more easily replaceable than what my wife's is, but yeah, it's a shame. Speaking of gold, so but, yeah, it's a great one. Any of you guys that are married out there, I know there are some of you. You know that the wife isn't necessarily, well, some people's wives would be. My wife's not necessarily upset at the moment, but she's also not very happy about it either. So, back of this one. A little bit of whitening there. This one looks pretty clean. If I grade a 10 out of these, probably definitely keep one. Again, I mean, I have plenty here. Be a nice one to pair up with the Entei. Be kind of cool to grade, you know, one of these Enteis and this at the same time. Have a sequential pair, but it, you know, would be even better as if we would have had a Suicune back then and had all 3 of them graded. That'd have been nice too. But man, yeah, just an absolutely great card. Let's check this faded one out again. Kind of conditions it in. honestly, this thing's like super clean. So somebody just, maybe they had it on display, I don't know what, but I mean, you can obviously see the difference there. Biggest thing is on the crest of the head there. It's a pretty wild looking change. Maybe, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's not fading, but I mean, I don't know. That's pretty sick. If you're a big faded collector, let me know what you think. But I don't know if there's many. I don't know how many of those people are out there. I know there are some, but. All right, next up, we have Pikachu Spring Battle Road promo. 1 copy. If you hear whining, it's my dog. He's getting older, and unfortunately, he's become leaky, and he is wearing a diaper right now for the first time, and he is confused, but I mean, I guess it's part of getting older. I hope I don't have to wear diapers when I get older, but you never know. So he's on a medication to try and stop it right now. We're hoping it works, but if it doesn't, well, guess we're taking care of a senior citizen. Copy looks pretty clean in the front. Little indent in the back, though, unfortunately. Next up, we have Rayquaza, Holland Research Tower? Yeah, I think this is Holland Research Tower. 1, 2, 3 copies of Ray. Definitely like this one with the electric typing. There is the EX with the electric typing. Another thing, too, again, somebody the other week pointed out that this is actually... I was like, why? Like, why are these, like... This one not specifically because Ray's not usually electric, but this is actually a dual type. This is electric steel. So electric steel Rayquaza. I mean, that's pretty badass, honestly. But 3 copies of Ray. Front looks pretty good on that one. Back looks pretty good on this. So we like that. I like this card. It's a good one. Prices on those have definitely fallen from their peak during COVID, but they're still pretty healthy. And I mean, they're great cards. It really, price doesn't change. Ooh, wow, look at that swirl. Look at it. It's like a double. Anyway, prices don't make a card less desirable as far as like visually. I mean, just because a card goes down in price doesn't mean that it's not a great card. It just means that, well, more people can buy it. We have Pichu Expedition. Again, man, look at that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 copies of Pichu from Expedition. And man, is this a good card. I'm really getting the keep bug lately where I see some of this stuff and I'm like, man, I should really just, you know, keep a PSA graded copy when I grade one next. And then this part of me is like, man, maybe I should just go for all the binder sets complete. And then, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do anymore. I love cards, I love Pokemon, and there's a million things I want to do, but you can only do so much. And even if you have all the money in the world, the time it takes to do all of it, it's just, yeah, I don't know. Not sure what I want to do. It would be pretty cool to have all the sets in Japanese in a binder, but then I'd feel weird about keeping some of the cards in graded form too, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Well, actually, not maybe. I know I'm weird, but man, that is such a gorgeous copy. You do have a silvering around the edges, which I have noticed is pretty typical for these. More typical than what it used to be. And back copy actually looks... Is that on this copy? It is. We have an indent on the top of this one. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Otherwise, very clean. Still excellent, probably excellent to near mint condition, but that's a shame. All right, moving on. Yeah, that's such a good card, though. Nishida's awesome. All right, we have Chikorita. Again, Heart Gold Soul Silver Collection release campaign promo. Got 2 copies of it. Front copy. And again, I like these because of the gold stamp. I'm a big fan of anything stamped with the gold. I have probably a couple. I know at least, 2 or 3, probably. At least 2 promos in my collection with a gold stamp. Maybe more. But I've just always been a fan of the stamping. I like these kind of stamps too. I just think it really... I don't know. I mean, it just shows, hey, it's a promo, and it gives it, like, a different vibe. Back copy looks pretty clean overall. We like it. All right, we got Rayquaza. This is, like, from Rayquaza quarter deck or something like that, from, like, some deck kit. Ooh, That's crazy. One of those crazy swirls. It's like the Rayquaza EX constructed star deck or something like that. Back is not so great condition. It's probably moderately played to heavily played, but man, is it still a nice copy. All right, next up we have Karen's Tyranitar. 1, 2, 3 copies of Karen's. Definitely not too bad on the front of this one. I like this one, but I don't know what it is. I think I kind of like the Rockets better. I think I like the dark green. And who did this one? Kusajima. I mean, it's not... I really do like this card. I mean, I have the full set, so this is in there. But something about the Rockets one. I don't know what it is. I just like Rockets Pokemon in general. I like the Team Rocket sets. I just think it's a really cool idea. Back of this one is not great. All right, we have, spoilers for later, no. Which is actually kind of funny because I actually didn't plan that, but that's actually a really good match. We got, again, Rockets Tyranitar. Love this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copies. I should love it because I probably bought like 30 or 40 copies in the last year. Why does this one look like it's got some... No, I just never noticed that. I never noticed the foiling went over top of... Like, it doesn't go over the Tyranitar, but it goes over top of the Rockets grunt person. Huh. I never noticed that before. The more you know. Beautiful card, though. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copies. Front of this one. Looks pretty good. I do like how on this one, because it's like technically a secret rare from the deck, it has the foiling on the first edition stamp. It's definitely a unique touch. Back copy, definitely a little play. Not horrible, definitely a little play. Ooh, this is a good one too. One that I should have bought way more copies back in the day because this came from like a box set. These were so cheap back in the day. I'm talking probably like 300, 400, 500 yen back in like 2015, 2016. And for whatever reason, I didn't just buy a million of them every time I saw them. But, you know, it is what it is. It is a great card. It's a great full art, but it's from a box set. So maybe, I mean, I don't know. It's just a great card. It's a great card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of Darkrai full art. Again, this one deserves some appreciation. I can't remember what the box set was called, but I know it looks pretty cool. I've seen a few for sale. It's something you can buy. It has the Giratina as well, which I think the Giratina is actually in here too. But man, dude, look at this thing. Such a good full art. All the full arts we've seen. Honestly, all these cards have been fantastic. It's probably one of the more fun ones that I've done for a while. And I know it's shorter, but I mean, that's kind of what happens when, you know, you put an order in that is slightly higher dollar. So, as far as card per card rather than total. Again, total 1,500 USD approximate for this stuff. Man, it's such a good card. Front copy, again, looks good. And back, a little bit of whitening, but not bad on this either. Again, just a great card. And again, I urge everybody, I know people are probably cringing touching the front of the card, but the texture on these black and white full arts is just on another level. Like, it's literally like almost abrasive. It's that wild. Someone's like, I hope I don't get that copy if he sells it. Which, again, I mean, these get handled all the time. They made it this far, they'll be just fine. We have Steelix, Mysterious Mountains. 2 copies of Steelix. This is also a really good artwork. And also my dog is being ultra whiny. But front of this one looks pretty clean. And the back looks whitening down there, but not too bad overall. Nice copies. We have Espeon. This is from Reviving Legends. 1 copy. Absolutely fantastic card. Do I like the Call of Legends one in English a little better? Maybe, but this is still a great card. Fortunately, this copy is not in great condition. Clean overall, but then you see that. Camera shake. Then you see that, and then you're like, eh. All All right. Ooh, you know what? We're going to go through each one of these individually because my dream is to get one with the swirl right just there. I don't know. Yeah, we missed it by a little bit. But we have Mewtwo EX, 1, 2, 3 copies of Mewtwo. Front of this one is quite played. Back is even more played. But let's see, did we get a swirl? Looks like this one almost made it, but it's going to be really, like, defined if you actually get one. Yeah, see, like, there's a nice, really defined one. If we could just shift that over into the palm, that would be, like, absolutely clutch. I'm not usually a swirl lord like that, but that would be super awesome if it was play strike right there. I think cards that have that perfect pose or situation where an orb in a spot, like, fits, like, or not an orb, excuse me, a swirl, I think that's when, like, the swirl actually makes a huge difference for a card. But these are not in great condition, unfortunately. But they are still really nice cards because they're Mewtwo. All right, we're almost done here. Again, this is a lot shorter than what you guys are used to. Number one, I cut out some of the filler in the beginning. And number two, again, smaller order because of the larger dollar amount per card. But, I mean, still fun and a lot of cool stuff still in here. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed it. Just won't be quite the hour-long charade, or it's not really a charade. I'm not really doing charades, but the hour-long BS session that I usually do for these. We got Giratina, though. This is, again, from the Darkrai box, or that box set that the Darkrai is also from. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Giratina. Again, you could just sit here all day and admire these and the texture on them. It is just absolutely insane and something that I feel like people undervalue a little bit and underappreciate. They could bring this back and I'd be completely okay with it. Man. But front copy, again, it's really tough. Like, a lot of the time you see these and you get copies, and unless you see like a minor indent, you're like, man, like, this thing's mint, dude, it's so good. And then you flip it over, and then you have a situation like this where it looks really clean in the middle, but then you just have all this whitening on the outsides. And just do not understand, like, what people were doing. Were you sanding your cards down? Well, you know what? So much texture. I mean, maybe... You hear that? Yeah, you know what? Maybe just the texture, like, shuffling through cards like that over the years, and that's what does it. Like, sands down the backs, but I don't know. You would think it would do the same to the front, but maybe the abrasion on abrasion isn't quite the same. Man, really good card, though. 5-band, too. Alright, we have, why these weren't all, they weren't paired together because they're not the same type, that's why. But we have one copy of the Totodile Heart Gold Soul Silver Collection release. Obviously you can see from this one that it is not in such great condition. And the back says the same thing. And then lastly, for this, we have 2 Rayquazas from the Holland Phantoms. Oh, dude, I never noticed this before. We'll actually do a zoom in on this. What? All right, so this is the symbol. Let me check out the little, like, thing going on there. I never noticed that before. That's actually pretty wild. So they put the symbol on there. So, like, isn't there, like, a card where it's, like, Holland Temple or something that's... Or maybe that's actually the Holland Research Tower. I don't know. I don't know the whole lore behind that. I kind of got out of the hobby, English-wise. When the cards were being released, it was probably like Team Magma vs. Aqua was probably the last set I collected that I bought a pack, at least that I can remember. So it would have been like Ruby and Sapphire, EX Dragon, Miracle Desert, or I keep saying that, it's Sandstorm, and then like something else, and then I think that I was out. But I missed this whole thing, and I don't really know the whole lore behind all the Holland stuff. But it's cool. It's a great card too. Like the water type. And again, this is a dual type, water steel, so it makes it even cooler. Front copy doesn't look bad. Back copy, unfortunately, a little bit of whitening. Some heavy whitening on the top corners. So, Not the prettiest copies on the back, but I think both of them look pretty good on the front overall, other than this corner neck here. And, well, the corner neck there, too. So, they look good. We'll just say that. They're not great, but they look good. And we discovered a new thing, so that also is pretty sweet. So, yeah, guys, that about does it for this one. Again, a little quicker than normal. I'm going to start cutting out the filler in the beginning of these videos as I give you filler at the end. And, yeah, just trimming the fat. I'm really just trying to refine this whole process in my second year doing all this stuff. It's been great. I have no complaints. I'm just trying to get better. I'm not trying to do things that other people are doing. I'm not trying to not be myself. I'm just trying to do things that I want to do, be myself, refine the process, and just make a better and better channel, just the same as I do with my business, making a better and better business. So, yeah. Auctions do go off tomorrow, as always, on the Sunday. Link is in the description for that. You can check out the ones going off tomorrow and the ones that will be going off next week. Video on tomorrow's auctions is up. That would have been uploaded yesterday on Saturday. You can check that out. I will try to go live tomorrow. We'll see if it happens or not. I've had a couple dud weeks in a row here with Easter, and then last week having some technical issues. But I will try to do it this week. If not, the auctions are still going to go off with or without me. It just is what it is. But I know some people have been enjoying joining and just tagging along. Again, check out that faded one, man. I'll tell you what, that's definitely interesting for sure. But yeah, might see you tomorrow then. If not, I'll catch you on the Monday weekend sales recap. And that's probably about it. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, or don't. But either way, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you.